Hi everyone, welcome to the Connection Series, episode 5.
Bringing people together during social distancing.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're so glad that you are taking the time to spend a little bit of quality time with us. We would ask that you click that share button and let everybody know what you're doing, and so that they can be a part. We do have an exciting interview coming up here in a few minutes with Kelly Fleetwood, and I guarantee that this is going to encourage you. Now, we've been kind of having a little war going on at our house. Last night was a crazy night. Take a look.
Hey, so my brother's passing on cookies, except we got a plate, and we're gonna give him cookies. They're really gooey good. Gotta go give them
Hey Google, turn on my lamp.
No.
No.
Just leave them and run. Just leave them and run.
No.
Go.
Take the dog.
Buddy.
Come on, buddy. Desperate times demand desperate measures.
Look what they brought. That's just evil. Nah. Hey Google, turn off my lamp.
All right, so ultimately, Audrey and I failed to get Matthew to eat. But you're going to find out a little bit later tonight, after the interview, who actually won today.
Actually, when last night I made cookies and I made my dad eat one. He was like refusing, and I said they're so gooey, and I ate one, and I convinced him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
And I didn't just eat one.
He ate 3.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Woohoo!
We had a wonderful day. I had the privilege of interviewing Clayton Wetzel and Annalie Boyd, and I'm so excited to show those to you here in the next couple of days. Every night at 7 o'clock we'll have another episode. But without further ado, I want you to see this interview with Kelly Fleetwood, and it's going to uplift your spirit. I am so excited tonight to have Kelly Fleetwood a part of our Connection series. Kelly is a young lady that I've gotten to know I've gotten to know her over her entire life. I remember the day she was born, but I had the privilege of being her youth pastor and working with her in a band, and then especially as the pastor of Life Apostolic Ministries in Westport, Indiana. Kelly was involved there for 7 years. Kelly, how old were you when you started?
I want to say 14.
Wow.
13 or 14.
So at 13 years old, she made a commitment every Sunday morning to get up early and travel 30 minutes to be a part of our church services. She did music, but she was a moral support and a worshiper and a person of prayer and integrity, all around a blessing. And then for her to follow through on that commitment for 7 years was absolutely amazing. And I grew to have a tremendous respect for Kelly through that time, and now even more as she's graduated from college and she's entered into the medical profession. Just very, very proud of Kelly and honored to have her as a part of this program tonight.
Well, it's good to be here, and I appreciate you having me.
Well, we were worried about you. here the last few weeks after we got the word that you had your own experience with the coronavirus. And I'd like you to just take some time here and talk about that a little bit.
Sure. Well, about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and I could be off because I don't hardly know what day it is today, but I was in Avon, which is my boyfriend Logan's hometown, and we were having just kind of a family time. His brother and sister-in-law had come down from South Bend, and we were just hanging out. Sunday, I was fine. Monday, I went to work. It was perfectly fine. Tuesday was my day off, so I didn't go to work. Monday, we actually got news that Linda, Logan's mom, had a fever, and she was just kind of concerned. So she actually went and got tested Monday. And she works as a nurse in a nursing home, but none of the patients had tested positive for COVID at her work. So, just didn't really think she had it, just wanted to get tested just in case. It really wasn't that bad, but, she had a fever. So Monday she went and got tested. Tuesday I didn't work because that's my day off. Wednesday morning at 4:30, I was like, I just didn't feel right. Like I just didn't feel normal. I was like, I better take my temperature before I go into work, just in case. So I took my temperature and he was like 99.5. And so that's technically a fever. So at that point I had also developed kind of body aches all over, and they weren't too bad then. But at that point I called the hotline that we were supposed to call at my work, and I told them, I said, I had been, and it was at that time, Wednesday morning, Logan told me that his mom was tested positive for COVID-19. So that's when I really became concerned. My symptoms were, I had a fever basically the whole time, only got up to like 100.5, which is 100.5 is actually the start of a significant fever. But I had a cough one day. Main thing was I was really achy. I was really achy. I had chills, which comes with the fever. And then I had a really bad headache behind my eyes. Actually, Logan's entire family got the virus. So it was, I think, a total of 10 people that ended up getting it.
Wow.
And every one of us had similar symptoms. His sister, Lindsay, she was probably the worst. She was throwing up. She said it was the sickest she'd ever been in her entire life. For me, that was not the experience. Basically like a light flu is how I would describe it. I was tested. They had these little, just like Q-tips, like longer Q-tips, and they just stuck them up my nose, made me cough, made me cry. It was very uncomfortable. Don't recommend it. My mom was taking care of me, and she was feeding me, everything, and she ended up getting sick. She ended up getting COVID. So at that time when she knew I had it, she started staying upstairs as well because she hadn't really been wearing PPE or anything. So when I'd go downstairs, I didn't really go downstairs until I was getting better. But if I did, my mom also would go downstairs with a mask and gloves on. So yeah, that was basically my experience. Pretty subtle symptoms. I would have been shocked that I had it.
You mentioned that the loss of taste and smell.
Yes.
Earlier.
I forgot about that. That was like the last thing that I got. It was complete loss of taste, complete loss of smell. It wasn't even like I was congested. Like I've had symptoms where I was congested before and couldn't taste anything, but this was like I wasn't congested. I could breathe just fine. At this point in time, like I was getting over it, but I could not taste whatsoever. I couldn't smell bleach. I couldn't smell alcohol, like alcohol swap. Wow. I couldn't smell anything or taste anything. And that lasted for 7 days. It was terrible.
Wow.
And it's right now, it's probably 95%. I still wouldn't say it's complete yet.
What are you doing during this insanity to stay connected with friends, with loved ones? What are you doing to maintain relationships and connection?
Well, I'm just trying to spend time with my family, for instance, because we've all had the virus. So I guess it's okay to spend time with your family. And then I've also, if you know what the app Marco Polo is, it's just like a video app. It's kind of like FaceTime, but you do it on your own time. Mm-hmm. And it's pre-recorded videos. So we've been doing that. I've been doing that with my friends, my family. I've been trying to like write cards to certain people and just stay connected that way. Another thing that I've been doing to kind of stay sane during this time is going outside. We've had excellent weather this past couple weeks. This week has been a little too cold, so I can't say I've been outside a lot. But the past week, it was just absolutely beautiful. So just getting outside, getting vitamin D has helped me a ton, whether it's, playing basketball or going on a run or going on a walk, going on a prayer walk. You kill two birds with one stone. You're praying and you're walking, you're getting your exercise, you're getting your vitamin D. Just helps me tremendously, just gets me motivated. Make yourself get out. That's one thing you can do during this COVID is you can get outside and you can go on walks and you can go on runs and you can go, do outdoor things as long as you're not, with people. So
one last question that I would have for you would be, what message of hope would you have for people that are scared, are stressed out? What would you say to them?
Okay, this is a good question. I would say that I know this is very cliche, but you have to remember that God is always on our side and that he's going to take care of us through this whole thing. As long as he is first in your life, he's going to provide for you. So also I would say that a lot of what we're seeing is the negatives. It is this person died, this person, this person is in the hospital, this person's on a ventilator. But what you're not seeing a lot of is the recoveries that are happening. And I will say that out of the 10 people that had COVID, as far as in my boyfriend's family and my family, only a few of them were tested. And so I believe that that's everywhere, because if you're not a medical professional, if you don't have health problems, then you're probably not going to be tested, just in reality, unless you were in a hot spot. And they almost didn't test me. So I think that there are a lot more people that have it and that are recovering than we really know of. My boyfriend's parents are almost 60, and I already mentioned that, but they recovered. They had very light symptoms. And that's something that you're not hearing a lot of as well. There are older people that are doing fine. Also, and I'm not shining just a light on this virus, because I know that there are serious cases, and I'm not even saying that it's not serious. It is very serious. It is very contagious. But I don't think we should live our lives in fear, because there are so many people that are recovering because of this. Another person, Logan's brother Landon's wife, Krista, has health problems. She has, since she was little, she's had health problems, and she recovered just fine from it. So I would just say, I think things are looking up, and that there are more positives that are coming from this than what you're seeing. Also, I worked one night last week, and I overheard a doctor talking, and she was telling us of percentages what we should be at in our hospital, and how I don't know all the data, but 20% of people are in the hospital, and 20% of those are on ventilators, and 20% of those are dying. And she's like, she did the math of 20,000 people in Seymour, and this is how many people. And the number at the bottom, which is the people that we should be having in the hospital, does not even compare to the amount that we have in the hospital, which our number is under 20 that we have in the hospital for COVID. So I believe that we are flattening the curve because of that.
Yeah.
I just think that there are a lot of positives, and there are a lot of things that are getting better now. So I think we should really focus on those good things.
Thank you, Kelly, for that amazing interview. It really did make me feel better to hear what she had to say, and I'm going to take some of her advice and try to get outside more than I have. Now, Matthew has some tips for us, as well as he is trying to win this little competition. Take a look.
There's a lot more to losing weight than just eating good. You have to work out. So right now in my bedroom, I'm gonna work out. Losing weight and getting fit can be a lot of fun, but it's even more fun if you have somebody to do it with. Tonight on the Connection series, we would like to challenge you to make a video of yourselves to tell us what you are challenging each other to do and then what the reward will be for whoever wins the challenge.
Okay, so what we're hoping that everybody will do is send us a direct message and let us know that you are going to give us a video that is your challenge to somebody with weight loss, and let's just see how many people we can get involved
Excited
with
to
this.
see it. We're excited to bring everyone together through this. It's difficult. You know, like I talked about in the video, I was kind of joking, but really it is difficult to do this kind of stuff by yourself. And when you have a group of people and when you make it into a competition, it makes it a little easier and makes it a lot of fun. So we look forward to seeing what you've got.
And if you expose your life on Facebook Live, it also helps.
It does. A lot. It's a lot of pressure.
Because I don't want to lose. All right. Are we ready for tonight's big reveal?
Yeah, we're ready.
You know, we made a mistake tonight. We actually know who won. Tomorrow night, we're not going to know. We're going to write down our numbers secretly, and you're going to be the first to know. And we're going to find out live, which I think will be
great. Fantastic.
Okay, I went first last night, so drum roll, Audrey.
190.2. I lost 0.2 pounds.
Wow, you lost.
Another drum roll, please. Shabam!
Yep.
196.4.
How much did you lose? How much did you lose?
Oh, a pound?
I lost 0.8 pounds.
0.8.
I lost 4 times the amount that guy.
Wow.
I ate cookies and he didn't. I lost more weight. Yes.
Fantastic. So I'm going to fix the scoreboard. It's officially a tie. There it is. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a tie.
1-1. Woo!
Mano y mano.
That's very, very exciting. But I'm going to do even better tomorrow. Today I didn't eat lunch. That helped.
Spaghetti's not going to help.
Tomorrow I'm not going to eat breakfast or lunch.
And then he's going to take Metamucil.
No, I already did that.
Then he's going to put on all of his clothes, go for a drive in a hot car.
Wrapped in cellophane. Oh, what?
I might get you cookies. Make cookies.
Please, no more cookies. For the love of Pete!
I'll give them to him.
Yeah, do that.
That was horrible.
I don't care.
Well, thanks everybody for jumping on board with us here tonight. Again, if you would just click that share button.
Click it.
We'll get the message out there. Bombs are going off outside. I don't know if you could hear that.
That was the
it's-
sound of your click. The impact.
Shaboom!
Boom.
It's the share heard round the world. Join us again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We're going to hear from Clayton Wetzel, and I know you're going to enjoy it. Until then, see you later. Stay connected.